In the heart of Texas, a basketball revolution is taking place. The Houston Rockets, once a powerhouse franchise, fell from grace.
Got to get one up quick. Gordon, shot fake, puts it on the deck, and it's knocked away by Caruso.
But from the ashes of their past glory, a new era is rising, one built on youth, potential, and an unwavering vision for the future. This is not just a rebuild, it's a resurrection. The Rockets aren't just aiming for the playoffs, they're shooting for the stars. And as we'll see, in Houston, the sky is never the limit. Our story begins at the close of the 2019 to 2020 NBA season. The Rockets, led by the dynamic duo of James Harden and Russell Westbrook, had once again fallen short in the playoffs, eliminated by the eventual champion Los Angeles Lakers in the second round. This defeat marked the end of an era in Houston. Head coach Mike D'Antoni and general manager Daryl Morey, the architects of the Rockets' analytics-driven, three-point-heavy style, both departed the organization. Their exits signaled a shift for a franchise that had been defined by their innovative approach. The Rockets stood at a crossroads. The team had been a contender, but never quite able to break through to the NBA Finals. With their brain trust departing and their stars aging, it was time for a change. The question was, what direction would the Rockets take? As the 2020 to 2021 season approached, it became clear that the Rockets were headed for a rebuild. Russell Westbrook was traded to the Washington Wizards for John Wall and a future first-round pick. But the real bombshell came in January 2021, when James Harden, the face of the franchise for nearly a decade, was traded to the Brooklyn Nets in a blockbuster four-team deal. The Harden trade marked the true beginning of the Rockets' rebuild.
He's getting blown by. He's one of those players, once you see him up front, oh my goodness! Uh-oh!
In return for their superstar, Houston received a treasure trove of draft picks and young talent. This included 4 first-round picks and 5 pick swaps, giving the Rockets the ammunition they needed to rebuild through the draft. The 2020 to 2021 season was a difficult one for Rockets fans. The team finished with a league-worst 17-55 record, but in the world of the NBA, sometimes you need to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. The Rockets' poor record positioned them for a high draft pick, a crucial asset in their rebuilding process. With the second overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft, the Rockets selected Jalen Green, a highly touted guard from the NBA G League Ignite. Green's explosive scoring ability and athleticism made him an exciting cornerstone for the Rockets' rebuild. But the Rockets weren't done there. They also added Turkish big man Alperen Şengün, trading up to select him with the 16th pick. Şengün's unique skill set as a passing big man with a developing outside shot made him an intriguing prospect. The following year, the Rockets again found themselves near the top of the draft, selecting Jabari Smith Jr. with the 3rd overall pick in 2022. Smith, a versatile forward with a sweet shooting stroke, added to the Rockets' growing collection of young talent. These draft picks formed the core of the Rockets' rebuild. Green, Şengün, and Smith represented the future of the franchise, a trio of young players with the potential to grow into stars.
But a ricochet to Van Fleet. And he'll throw the lob to Green!
As we entered the 2023 to 2024 season, there was a palpable sense of anticipation surrounding the Rockets. The team had shown flashes of potential in the previous year, but inconsistency and inexperience had led to another losing season. However, things were different this time around. The Rockets had made some key additions in the offseason, signing veteran point guard Fred VanVleet to a 3-year, $130 million contract, and adding defensive stalwart Dillon Brooks on a 4-year, $86 million deal. These signings signaled a shift in the Rockets' approach. They were ready to start competing again. The impact of these veteran additions was immediately apparent. VanVleet's leadership and playmaking ability helped stabilize the Rockets' offense, while Brooks brought a much-needed edge on the defensive end. But the real story of the season was the continued development of the Rockets' young core. Alperen Şengün, in particular, took a massive leap forward. The Turkish big man averaged an impressive 21.1 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, showcasing his unique skill set as a facilitating center. Jalen Green and Jabari Smith Jr. also showed significant improvement. Green's scoring ability continued to impress, while Smith's defensive versatility and improving jump shot made him a valuable two-way player. Under the guidance of new head coach Ime Udoka, Known for his defensive acumen, the Rockets established a strong defensive identity. They finished the season ranked 9th in defensive rating, their first time in the top 10 since the 2017 to 2018 season. The result of all this progress? A .500 record of 41-41, a massive 19-game improvement from the previous season. While the Rockets narrowly missed out on the play-in tournament, the significant step forward was undeniable. As we approach the 2024 to 2025 NBA season, there's a palpable sense of excitement and anticipation surrounding the Houston Rockets. The significant progress made in the previous year has substantially raised expectations both within the organization and among the fan base. This upcoming season represents a critical juncture in the Rockets' rebuilding process, potentially serving as the launching pad for their return to playoff contention. At the heart of the Rockets' aspirations lies the continued development of Alperen Şengün. The Turkish center's evolution into a potential all-star caliber player could be the linchpin of Houston's playoff hopes. Şengün's unique skill set as a facilitating big man with scoring touch both inside and out makes him a mismatch nightmare for opponents. However, his defensive limitations, particularly in pick-and-roll situations, remain a concern. If Şengün can make strides on the defensive end while maintaining his offensive productivity, he could emerge as one of the league's most impactful young centers. Equally crucial to the Rockets' success is the progression of Jalen Green.
Comes into the front court, drives on Thompson, throws up the awkward angle shot.
The explosive guard has shown flashes of brilliance in his first few seasons, but consistency has eluded him. Green's ability to maintain his scoring output while improving his efficiency and playmaking will be under scrutiny. His development as a facilitator could unlock new dimensions in the Rockets' offense, creating easier scoring opportunities for teammates and making Houston's attack less predictable. If Green can strike the right balance between his scoring instincts and playmaking responsibilities, he could elevate himself into the conversation of the league's top young guards. On the defensive end, the Rockets made significant strides under Ime Udoka's guidance last season, finishing 9th in defensive rating. The question now is whether they can build on this foundation and crack the top 5. Udoka's defensive schemes and the individual improvement of key players like Jabari Smith Jr. and Dillon Brooks will be pivotal in this regard. The potential emergence of Smith as an elite defensive anchor could be transformative for the Rockets' defense, allowing them to consistently challenge the league's top offenses. The impact of the Rockets' rookies, particularly Reed Sheppard, selected with the 3rd overall pick in the 2024 draft, adds another layer of intrigue to the upcoming season. Sheppard's reputation as a sharpshooter could provide a much-needed boost to the team's perimeter scoring, potentially opening up driving lanes for Green and creating more space for Şengün to operate in the post. How quickly Sheppard adapts to the NBA game and whether he can contribute meaningful minutes immediately will be closely watched.
You don't have to ever say that to him during the year.
Oh, wow. He went mixtape.
Perhaps the most pressing question for the 2024 to 2025 season is whether the Rockets can translate their improved play into a playoff berth. After narrowly missing out on the play-in tournament last season, securing a spot in the postseason is the clear objective for this young team. The Western Conference remains fiercely competitive, with established powerhouses and emerging contenders fighting for limited playoff spots. The Rockets' ability to navigate this challenging landscape, maintain consistency over an 82-game season, and perform in high-pressure situations will ultimately determine their playoff fate. As the season approaches, the Rockets find themselves at a pivotal moment in their rebuilding journey. The foundation has been laid, the young core is developing, and expectations are rising. The 2024 to 2025 season represents an opportunity for the Rockets to announce their return to relevance in the NBA landscape. While challenges remain, the potential for a breakthrough season looms large on the horizon for this promising young team.
Chocolate!
There's also the question of how this core fits together in the long term. As talented as players like Şengün, Green, and Smith are individually, their success as a unit will ultimately determine the Rockets' ceiling. But hey, that's just my take. What do you think? What do you think about the Rockets' rebuild? Are you excited about the potential of this young core? Do you believe they can become contenders in the loaded Western Conference? We want to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're always breaking down the biggest stories and trends in the NBA, and you won't want to miss our future videos. And hey, while you're at it, smash that bell icon too. That way, you'll be notified as soon as we drop new content. Trust me, with how quickly things change in the NBA, you'll want to stay up to date.